I think probably worrying about the money side of it was the thing that used to keep me awake at night more than anything previously. And now, we don't think too much about whether we can take money out when we need to, we can go on holidays when we want to. Quite stressed, not sleeping terribly well, waking up in the night worrying about things I might not have remembered to finish and things like that. So, and not really knowing where we were going. We were just taking day to day. Somebody ring up and said, "Do you want to? Can you do our accounts?" "Oh yeah, sure, we'll do that." And they're not really thinking a plan through about how we're actually going to achieve what home life. It was basically took over. I think it was the structure. I think that the nice thing about Action Coach is that there's a very clear sort of laid out the steps to get to where you want to go, and the different things about what you're achieving along the way, whether it's in sales or marketing or deliverabilities or growth, whatever, all of those things. There's a very clear process that if you follow it, you get there. She's not going to sit there and hold your hand all the time. It's very much encouraging you, mentoring us to make our own, set our own goals and actually think through what those goals are. Well, I think it's very easy to just let it all slide and lose focus, and then you're back to where you were before, running around chasing your tail, working in the business instead of working on the business and developing where you actually want the business to go. So I think that's been really helpful for me, certainly, to actually take the time to sit down on a regular basis and say, okay, so what are we doing to achieve where we want to go, and not just what are we doing to complete a set of accounts for somebody. The biggest impact, I would say, is the team and getting the team sorted. So, we had, as I said, we had a lot of turnover in our team members previously. We were using a number of subcontractors, not necessarily to the best effect. And as we've built up our current team, it's made a huge difference. And I think getting the team to buy into where we're going, and it's not just me doing, with adding on a few people because I haven't got time to do everything that I need to do, but actually thinking in terms of how so that they all know where we're going as well. And some of that comes down to, well, if we get where we're going, then that might help with salaries and all sorts of things. So hopefully it's a bit of motivation, able to take a step back. And that's actually helped as well, just physically stepping out of the office to where I can think a bit more about some of the strategic stuff as well. It's gone up by it's almost more or less doubled in the time that we've been working with Helen. So that's over 4 to 5 years, I think, we've been working with Helen. So yes, it's more or less doubled in that time. We started working with Helen, we had something like a £35,000 loss in that year, and our profitability is now well over the other side of that. On the plus side, so I would say our profitability has shot up. But we're still, we're able to live a comfortable lifestyle instead of, we paid off a load of loans and all sorts of things that just really eases the pressure on us personally as well as within the business. Having somebody having accountability, and yes, I do. That's really what I'm telling them, I guess, is think about if you want to grow, if you're serious about growing the business. And not just building a client network, then a coach is probably the way to go.